hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? Is there anything I can help you with?
We wanted to ask, how do we get into Inazuma?
Oh, so that's why you're here.
Great! We came to the right person!
But the chance of success is incredibly small.
Huh. Incredibly small? Then how did you get out of Inazuma?
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found out just how dangerous this method truly was. All I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was a storm raging ahead of me, and my pursuers were after I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for I don't know how many days. My rations and freshwater supply soon ran out, and I remember getting to the point where I was sure I'd reached the end. But to my surprise, my journey didn't end there. Or to put it another way, that's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even alive to tell the tale must be a sign that the gods were watching over me.
What a horrible journey! And you set off knowing how dangerous it was?
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling.
Kanjo Commission? What's that?
Along with the other two commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer to them as the Tri-Commission. One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering Inazuma. Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. They act like the executive arm of the Raiden Shogun's rule. Loyal, it doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this. What I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma, you should know that the sea around Inazuma is engulfed in a perpetual tempest of wind and rain. Supposing you survived that, you would still need to get past the samurai guards that enforce the Sakoku. And even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce the necessary documentation at the Rito Center for processing Outlanders.
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. Most Outlanders would be unable to acquire the documentation needed. But if you really are set on going, there is one thing you could try.
The raft idea sounds a little on the dangerous side.
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux Fleet if they have some way of getting you to Inazuma. Their voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled group with a wide range of experiences.
But it's an armed fleet, right? Why would they agree to a request like this?
That part is up to you. If you're able to persuade their captain, Beidou, then the hardest part will be out of the way. The Alcor is the flagship of the Crux Fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored by Guyunstone Forest on a supply run. This might be your best chance.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go find
they didn't wait.
protect us.
we got here? Wait, I know you. You're that... Ningguang told me about you. A traveler of great insight and remarkable skill has saved Liyue, she said. She's a hard one to please, so praise from her is high praise indeed. I remember thinking at the time that, judging by the clothes on your back and this floating thing, I guess that time has come.
Hey! The name's not Floating Thing, it's Paimon!
Paimon? What a fascinating being.
Huh? The fragrance of what now?
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet.
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally, he opens his mouth and flowers.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not...
No, I can't argue with that. Okay, then. Once the clash is underway, I'll give...
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake tends to lack meaning.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily. Especially seeing as our great hero here might be in attendance.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash? Also, just to clarify, by great hero...
Huh? I thought you might be here to sign up. You're telling me you've never even heard of it? The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of folks taking part to showcase their talent. There are 2 important rules. 1, competitors must be renowned fighters. So, you've got nothing to worry about there. I don't think there's anyone out there who hasn't heard. 2, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little... You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. And with Liyue's savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads.
But we didn't come here to...
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize this time round is particularly sought after. Get this. It's a masterless vision.
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact.
Is there really such thing as a masterless vision?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. As for whether this shell has any practical application, well,
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, it's gotta be an individual of Organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. And hopefully this time, getting a vision to glow again. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Yeah, we're interested in getting to Inazuma.
Inazuma? You want to go there?
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? No sweat. In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice.
You just want him to take part in your tournament.
What's wrong with that? The more talent we have, the better the tournament will be.
What are we gonna do? Looks like...
Great. Then let's get you signed up. Head to the tournament arena and Guyu...
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before the...
Time to set sail! Before we sign up, let's see who the other competitors are. Beto said that they had to be renowned fighters. Hello?
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. Then it'll allow just anyone to take part. The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting ability. Anyone who turns up for show over skill is gonna get their butt handed to them. Nobody wants to see that, right?
Yeah, we heard a rule about that.
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chihu Rock Freestyle Combat Summit.
Uh-huh.
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. I soon sorted them out. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know it. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, the big guy pulled out a knife. I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us. I told you. Unarmed, outnumbered 2 to 1, but I still got the upper hand. I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course. But the fact remains that I did manage to subdue the both of them.
Uh-huh. But for us, even 4 or 5 treasure hoarders at a time is a... Alright, we're gonna keep looking around.
I'll see you in the arena. But I don't plan on losing to a pair of
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash too? If so, seems I found myself another...
So you're also here for the tournament?
You better believe it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could walk away from me. Obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece. No. It's not about what I want to do. This is about who I want to be. I am looking to become a perfect... I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've lived a successful life so far. I've passed every exam I've ever taken, enjoyed numerous successful business ventures. In most people's eyes, I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. Though, of course, I'd never let the praise get to my head. A vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So, they very kindly made special arrangements on my... I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. It's such a blessing, really, to have so many... Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice. I seem to have gained another fan. Don't let my aura overwhelm you, though. You'll need your wits... Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get to see me in action.
Are you here for the Crux Clash too?
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skill. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into practice. It's also a chance for us to obtain the masterless vision.
Exactly. With a vision, we'd quickly become our master's top students.
This master of yours must be pretty incredible.
Famous? He's the founder of the Lingshan clan, and his skills are unparalleled. Now, you probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is nowhere near as famous as... He's got to be a grand master or something. He's created many different styles of... To the Lingshan clan, he teaches a special technique known as force dispersal.
Force dispersal?
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around you and neutralize attacks with... For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist, or change the direction of an incoming stone, all without breaking a sweat.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and we're still getting to grips with the very basics.
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon...
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a Grand Master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste. If you want face-to-face training, you've got to show you're sincere about it.
But here we are, having trained under him directly all this time without even a hint of improvement. Master is getting increasingly impatient with us. Recently, though, we heard that a vision bearer joined the Guhua clan and made pretty much instant progress in their training.
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally make our master proud.
Well, we have to try something new. Otherwise, we're stuck in the same situation.
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out it does work, the Lingshan clan will go down in history. Folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan in all of Liyue.
See you in the arena.
So, to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying...
Chink's a village arm wrestling champion, huh? Next, please. What's your name? Wait, aren't you? Did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they
I have to ask. Aren't you the traveler that helped Liyue fight off that ancient god? Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of parting.
Oh, I wonder if I can get his autograph later.
I trust you are aware that, only those without visions can enter the tournament? Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary. You walk into the most dangerous situations imaginable.
Yep, he still doesn't have a vision, though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. It's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osile, so that's one. Do you...
Yeah, and also a dragon, too! Put down battle with storm.
Whoa...
Might as well declare him the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this is the most dazzling track record I've ever seen. Right, your registration is complete. Now, a great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for one thing. To win the tournament and claim the grand prize, namely, a vision.
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised to take us to Inazuma if we win the...
There's another prize, too? Oh, first I...
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract top talent.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous as Inazuma?
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance, then? Well, I'm sure a great hero has an important reason for being. Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin. I'll leave you to your preparation.
Hey, so Paimon's thinking about that whole no vision bearers rule, and even though you don't have a vision, most people in Teyvat think that you can't manipulate the elements, so Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during the tournament. You know, just to avoid it. In any case, looking at the competition, it should still be pretty easy for you to win. All right, it's showtime! You got...
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete? Good. Then please follow me into the...
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now!
You? You're the hero they're talking about? Ugh, how am I supposed to win now?
What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beto. She'll probably have something to say to us.
I knew I wouldn't regret introducing you as the favorite. So, what do you think, Kazuha?
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint.
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show he put on just now. So come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there. Can't you spare a word or two to...
All right. Let me think how to aptly phrase these. You fought well.
All right then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in. You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liua's hero was entering the... And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than... Well, since everyone sees you as the one to beat, I figure I should start treating you that way too. For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are so I'm putting you straight through to the semifinal.
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems
This is how Captain Beto works. You won't. Besides, at your level, you would have made it.
to be fair.
All right, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential contenders for you out there, I want to know who they are. We're finally here, folks. The real...
The captain seems to have high hopes for this tournament. Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. This makes him a seasoned... You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower your very well. Show me that you are ready.
All right, that's enough chit-chat for now. The audience is waiting.
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but I do not doubt your abilities, but I would suggest that you make...
Relax. My guy's at the top of his game.
Don't worry. Take some time to compose your...
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for. I'm sweating all over. It's a good feeling. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best.
Right. For a moment there, Paimon was a little worried. If you had a vision, you'd definitely be one of the strongest around.
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People said that if you're strong enough, you'll have your... But mine never came. I lost interest eventually. You can't depend on a vision like you can. I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the god.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get your hands on that master?
No, I didn't. I only wanted to pit myself against other fighters. And see, only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses and learn from them.
Wow! Now that's true strength.
If you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with me again. I will be stronger.
By the way, do you know who else made it?
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. But what I have heard, so don't get too...
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent in the final round.
Ah, it's you! I myself was eliminated in the third round.
Maybe next time, huh?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. I faltered for but a brief moment. Given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically. Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood all over the place. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, why didn't you dodge? But he was pretty much out cold by that point and couldn't why don't you dodge, they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite mastered it. Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat to take him back to the harbor. But by the time I got back, my scheduled match time, I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this.
Oh, all right then. Hope your buddy makes a swift recovery.
Thanks, I'll do my best.
We still haven't got any useful information yet. Maybe we can go talk...
You gave an outstanding performance. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this, but you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over. In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard.
He's right. But in my case, I was purely relying on... I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round.
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily strong. As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. It's also... What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. Let's go. I haven't properly introduced myself yet.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk...
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the straggling path of a wandering samurai, is there harm in acquiring a... I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess, but I myself have witnessed reputable fight. Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring your opponent down.
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules a bit there?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. You must know your enemy. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt.
You betcha! Wait a second. We never...
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. Come with me. Some post-match entertainment is in order. Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart of the matter. You are skilled in manipulating the elements, and not just a single element.
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the moment we...
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, let's just say, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your... When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not poetic symbolism. Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. It is things of this nature that I also hear from within you.
As crazy as all that sounds...
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible feats. To think a human could wield the elements without a vision. And not to mention your incredibly complex scent. Like...
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our smell!
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? Extraordinary. So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy and
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon just told him whatever came to mind. It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand how it all works.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange. Now then, let's test your skills. Your skills in battle are truly beyond reproach. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves. He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat his opponents. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to... Please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you. The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems. And one will always encounter that which is...
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own?
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods, and what influences the gods' decision to grant humans these visions. My apologies. You must be completely in the... for allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now in the outset. Supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting visions to living, not to mention, with no new electrovisions having been granted for...
She sounds less like an archon and more like a tyrant.
As far as I know, she is an archon that pursues eternity. She will... Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. But what does Inazuma's pursuit of eternity? It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will change. But the Shogun will remain the same. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right!
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go.
Why isn't he here yet? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance. Everyone, listen up! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash. We've seen many exciting battles today, and now, at long last, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. He strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the...
Wow!
I've been waiting for this moment.
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrilling match in the semifinal, but today's final round will surely take... As for our other combatant... come on, what could be taking him so long? Apologies! Everyone just sit tight! We've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to...
Wait a moment. Something does... Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler, come with...
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would...
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain Beto.
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's The culprit has only acted recently. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it.
Well, if you insist. I'll leave the matter to you. I'll stay here and try to offer some
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island.
Come with me. I can sense the winds are...
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see, shortly.
Prepare yourself.
the flame!
With the wind!
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario. The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
You're open!
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still—
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Drat! If I only had a vision! Or if I could act—
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about— Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand—
You...
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your hand. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire in description.
Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register after hearing that this fighting
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent!
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision, so since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention was on you and Beto. I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but Drat. This should... I know an empty threat when I hear one. Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is breaking the culprit.
Huh? You're not serious, are you?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the captain of the Crux. It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on your forehead with a hot iron.
Whoa, we don't need to go that far, do we?
I never would have guessed you could be so cruel. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
Yeah!
Boom boom!
I'll have my revenge, eventually.
No! Do what you want, but please, don't brand my forehead, please!
He has persevered to the bitter end, and now death looms near. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more punishment? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable.
No need for that. Thank you for releasing me.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just trying to scare him?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. I thought it may be an opportunity, but unfortunately, nothing happened. Yes, I wanted to know whether it were possible for from the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use him for this. I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try?
The vision didn't seem to respond.
I see. So you are also unable. No matter. This was expected.
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
The story begins with an old friend. He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way.
Kazuha!
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned. Allow me to gather the wind for us once more.
Huh? Did Beta leave already?
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time, and as Captain Beta was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual for those two to be at odds with one another.
But still, Captain Beta was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, in which case, the Crux clash comes to a—
Huh? So that's what happened? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified. And our hero—
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved.
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beto is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire trip. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close—
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just with the power of her—
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. You will be notified once all the preparations have been made. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across the vast lands of Liyue.
Paimon believes you'll find a way for sure.
Thank you. May both our journeys prove meaningful. One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm may well prove to be the most arduous.